This is a submachine gun that requires no introduction. This is the H&K MP7. Now, previous versions of this existed through Elite Force and Umarex as licensed gas guns, and there's also budget versions available, but this is the real deal. Now, the real counterpart was designed to meet the requirements of NATO for a new personal defense weapon, or PDW, that would utilize a cartridge that was capable of defeating body armor out of a gun that was to replace the typically issued pistol or pistol caliber submachine guns that are out there. You can see it everywhere in media and video games, and its most famous use was probably likely during the raid to kill Osama bin Laden. Now, this gun packs a lot of features into the gun, so I'll explain these one by one. First of all, it's fully ambidextrous, so you got your magazine release and your selector controls on both sides. The gun is built by VFC in collaboration with Umarex and Elite Force. Now, VFC, which stands for Vega Force Company, is a high-end maker of electric guns as well as gas guns. This is a true 1-to-1 scale replica of the MP7 in AEG form, the first of its kind. The 8mm gearbox is proprietary in order to achieve the unique shape and size of the MP7. Proprietary does not necessarily mean that it's bad. This gun packs great performance for its size. It's just that this, by definition, is an exotic gun. The magazine has a follower which cuts off the AEG when the last round is fired. It's a cool feature, but if you insert the magazine empty without locking the follower down, you could risk damaging it. It's not often you're going to insert an unloaded magazine in the gun anyway, unless you're trying to dry fire. Elongated followers has existed in other brands too, so it's nothing new, so you should probably just be more careful with it, if anything. The nice thing is the weight of the magazine is not biased like a gas gun, so it's got better balance than the gas gun version of this MP7. The gun itself is made of majority polymer construction, very solid polymer, so anything that's metal on the MP7 on the real thing will be metal here. You also get a 4-position collapsible stock. So for internals, you have a couple cool features as well. Starting off with the barrel, you get a 6.03mm tight bore barrel, just like what's featured on all the VFC Avalon series guns. Then you have a quick change spring guide accessible from the back by removing the stock. It's a little bit tricky, but it can be done. And you have the built-in MOSFET, which provides protection, better trigger response, and is responsible for the features that you have here with the last shot cutoff. The charging handle is functional and reveals the hop-up unit. It locks back the bolt, which you can release with this lever here. The gun shoots exactly the velocity required for most CQB arenas. It's shooting right at about 330 to 350. The one I have here is shooting about 335. Nicely settled. The hop-up itself is quite excellent and provides really accurate grouping. The gun comes with a 110-round mid-cap magazine, which is adequate for milsim-style players. To me, the gun looks awesome. The polymer is not glossy and possesses that solid, rigid feel, and everything just feels good. The selector is nice and positive, and the stock being 4-position is a nice upgrade. Typically, the MP7s would have only a 2-position. The battery compartment is on the front part of the gun, where you would remove the cap here and then insert a battery. You must use buffer tube LiPos. I would highly recommend these Elite Force 11.1 900mAh batteries, but there's also a 7.4 available that would also fit. Now, the gun's performance is practical, although the battery situation leaves a little bit to be desired. One solution I have for you would be to rig it up with some external rails and maybe run a PEQ box battery so you can have more juice. That's what I've done here on my particular setup, so if you have any questions on that, just contact us. Now, this gun is not for everyone. I would recommend this to advanced users. It's pretty solid otherwise. I love the features, the way the gun feels. The gun looks sick when it's all set up properly, and it definitely completes a couple of my key loadouts. If you're gonna run the MP7 as primary, just like the real MP7, it's a special purpose type of weapon, so carry extra batteries, and then that should compensate for that same. I personally think this is an exciting item to have come out. I know the MP7 hype train's probably been around for a while, and we've had numerous types of MP7s out there, but this is the first AEG. So now if you compare this to the typical M4 AEG, you might be comparing apples to oranges in this case, and there's some situations where I'd probably prefer a standard M4 type gun. But for those of us who are really dedicated to having a modern PDW or a gun that fits a milsim loadout, this gun will treat you well if you're a responsible owner. Overall, I think this gun delivers in terms of performance, feel, and finally the aesthetics, as long as your expectations are realistic. Alright guys, you know the deal. If you've been checking out our contest, you know we're giving away the same MP7 on our free gun giveaway. All you got to do is sign up on our website, foxairsoft.com. From there, you'll get deals, tips and tricks, content, and we'll be happy to help you out if you have any questions. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We've got YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Once again, I'm Tank from Fox Airsoft. I'll catch you later.